Hey, thanks a lot for checking this out. This is meant to be a video to make sure that you're purchasing the map that you want for your presentation. What we have here is the 50 US states. It excludes DC, and we will be coloring the map based on the inputs that you put in for the given states. There will be 4 different tones of blue or transparencies of blue that will show up. So the data that you put in will be split up into 4 quartiles. The lowest quartile gets the lightest shade, and the biggest, or the 4th quartile, gets the darkest shade. So for instance, if you were to put population, the states with the biggest population would be the darkest blue, and the states with the lowest population would be the lightest blue. But you can put in any sort of data that you want in the given states, and then you'll create the map, and then the map will automatically colorize for you based on the data that you input. For sake of ease, I'm actually just going to put 1 through 50 in my cells, and we're going to make believe that this is the data that I have for any given state. So for instance, Florida, I have 9 somethings, and we have 9 showing up on the state. Utah's 44. If we go down here to 44, it's Utah. And so whatever you put into the input cells column with the associated state will automatically populate on your map here to the right. You'll notice, however, that the colors do not change. That doesn't happen until you hit Create Map, which I'll do now. And you see that the math and the formulas behind automatically colorize the cells. So 1, 4, 3 are smaller numbers, and you get the lightest colors there. And then 38, 43, 47, 50 are the biggest numbers, and they're the darkest blue with 2 shades of blue in between. Just be careful. One thing to note is the states are in alphabetical order based on their full state name, not the postal abbreviation. So you'll notice some of these look like they're out of order alphabetically, which they are if you look solely at their postal codes. But if you were to spell out the whole word, they'd be in correct alphabetical order. The other thing to note is if you have really large numbers, say we're talking in the millions, or we wanted to know how many acres per state were in the input cells, if you want, you can put in the full number, and then you can manipulate the value to fit within the state. So if your number is way too big, so let's say we're dealing with 10,000 and then 20,000, so by the end we're going to have some pretty big numbers. This kind of looks a little messy, especially in the Northeast here. You can simply divide all your cells by 1,000 or by 1,000,000, and you'll get a lot of decimal places here. And then to correct that, if you want to return it, you can just hit this multiply all cells by 10 to get your number back up to where it was. And you can manipulate this to make this look as clean as you want. And you can also change the font size if you want it to be font 8, font 9, or font 10 if you want to keep the entire number, but you want to change the font size, you can do that. Likewise, if you go to the original cells here and you highlight these, you can change it to whatever you want. So if you want it to be currency, you can change currency and it will show up here. And if you manipulate the decimals, it also cascades through to the state map. So hopefully this can help you create really cool looking graphics in your next PowerPoint presentation. With that being said, actually, so if you click anywhere within the state map, everything is grouped, including the arrows and the state names for these northeastern states. And you can simply right click, copy, and then paste as a picture into your PowerPoint presentation. And you can also come back and then copy and paste this range. Because they're actual cells and not a picture, I haven't grouped them, so it's just an added step, but that way your viewers will have the range of your colors. So I hope this helps. I think this brings a really cool looking picture to some map graphics for your presentation. I've actually used this in one of my presentations and it went over really well. So I've created this for you folks. I do not know of any other options that are even remotely affordable, so hopefully the $5 to $7 price range based on whether you want the labels or not is affordable to you. And if you have any questions, you can email me at brianleedick@gmail.com or brian@condensedmba.com, and you can obviously email me before the purchase if you have questions beforehand, or after purchase if you have any questions about what's going on with your map. This is obviously just the U.S. map. I have plans to do other regions of the world, including Europe, Oceania, Middle East, and Africa, South America, and then to do some county maps for individual states. If you have any other ideas on things that you'd like, or graphics that you'd like to see auto-generated in Excel, just let me know at those email addresses and I will try to create them. And like I said, I hope this helps. Thanks a lot for watching.